Started from the beginning. He then says this.
Genuine to say that we're not having a moment where we're allowing the darker angels among us to control what it is that we talk about.
And you believe President Trump is playing it?
Well, I can say this. I made an observation, not an accusation, that what happened in Louisiana when David Duke was there is fairly similar to what we're seeing now, where people are speaking in coded language. They are beginning to judge people based on race, creed, color, sexual orientation, and not on their behavior. And, of course, you see that pattern. The thing that so alarmed me about some of the incidents surrounding the taking down of the statues was somehow this false equivocation between white supremacy and not. And there are bounds in which we can argue, from all the way to conservative, liberal. One thing that we cannot countenance in this country.
So what you have here is he starts off saying, hey, it's time for common ground. We've all got to be balanced. We've got to take care of blah, 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 blah. And then, which I don't even think that was actually the full clip I was looking for, ends up dividing, getting to a point where he just divides. Goes back to, yes, we've got to get beyond it. People are living together. Americans understand. But there are just some things when it comes to those statues that we cannot accept the original sin of slavery, blah, 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 blah. Who today in the world, save a couple of true white supremacists out there, are out there going, that slavery is fantastic. We absolutely need to be as racist as possible. Nobody says that. Save a few people. I mean, is it even 1%? No. Does anybody really believe that? All right, maybe the number is a little higher than would say it. Is it even 5%? I'm serious. Really think about this. Really think about the people you know, even old people from the South that were racist. How many of them in their heart of hearts are really like, I want to keep black folk down. I believe in slavery. Let's lynch them. How many people really today in America believe that? Very few. Yet you still go back there saying, well, we cannot accept this white supremacy, blah, blah, blah. There are a couple of people that are out doing this nonsense. Nobody's standing going, Mitch, the president isn't even saying, Mitch, we've absolutely got to love those white supremacists and practice what they practice. No, but they are Americans, and they have the same rights that I do, and Mitch, and the NAACP members, and everybody else who's here legally, to practice what they want to practice as long as they're not infringing somebody else's rights, even if they are asses. Even if they are wrong, even if they are morally defunct, they have that right. And that's what I want to hear Mitch say. That he believes they're wrong. I believe they're wrong, Mitch. But where are you standing up for their right to be wrong? He's saying we cannot tolerate any of that. So what would you have them do? So if you believe that, after doing this whole kumbaya common ground thing, which we didn't get to, but what would you have them do? What do you mean that we cannot stand for that? So they don't have the right to say they don't like certain people? They don't have the right to speak their mind, to organize? They don't have the First Amendment rights to speak their mind on certain races, even if they're just being mean and hateful. They don't have the right to print a newspaper saying they don't like these things or put up a website to peacefully assemble. They don't have a right to do any of those things? No, they don't, to Mitch Landrieu. To people on the left, they absolutely do not have those rights because some things you just shouldn't be able to say and do like that. But the problem with that thinking, once you set that standard, it's easy to apply it to anything else.